She stands frozen, her hand stretched out in front of flashing cameras. 1,000 eyes burn into her, some curious, some mocking, and the man across from her, the one who just called her too small for the big stage, is laughing. His teeth glint under the lights, his voice dripping with arrogance. "You don't belong here," he whispers, just loud enough for her to hear. And the crowd, not knowing the words he used, only sees him smirking, while she is left holding her hand out to shake his. Before we continue, if you're watching for the first time, Elliot Stories welcomes you with a warm hug. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and tell us the city you're watching from. Her throat tightens. For a moment, she feels 12 years old again, standing in front of a classroom where the teacher called her average, and classmates laughed at her ambition to lead a company someday. But this isn't childhood anymore. This is the world stage. Tech Summit 2025. Billions of dollars on the line. And her enemy, the man with the slick suit, powerful friends, and a $7.8 billion deal under his belt, is mocking her. She swallows, slowly lowers her hand, and smiles, though it's the kind of smile that hides fire. "Congratulations on your deal," she says, her voice steady. But inside, her chest burns with humiliation. Cameras flash, the audience claps, and the moment is gone. Yet she knows something no one here realizes. As she walks off stage, a young intern rushes up to her. "Ms. Taylor, are you okay?" She pauses, looks at him. The boy is barely 20, eyes full of admiration. She forces a calm breath. "I'm fine, Daniel. Remember this, never let someone else write your story for you." But as she turns, her jaw clenches. Because inside her bag lies a document that could shatter Sterling Innovations, the empire of the man who mocked her. Back at the hotel that night, she doesn't sleep. She paces, opens her laptop, stares at the files. Weeks of quiet investigation. Whispers from employees too afraid to speak. Data trails buried deep inside encrypted layers. But she cracked them. And what she found made her sick to her stomach. Her phone buzzes. A message. Unknown number. "Careful what you're digging into. You don't know the people you're dealing with." Her blood runs cold. She looks toward the window. The city lights stretch endlessly. She closes the curtains. Breathes. "They think they can silence me." But in the silence of her room, she hears the echo of his laughter. His words. "You don't belong here." The next morning, the summit continues. CEOs, investors, world leaders. The ballroom is polished, full of ambition and ego. She steps in, shoulders straight. Every eye follows her. She feels it. Half the room doubts her. The other half pities her. And then he enters. The white CEO, Mr. Sterling himself. Handsome. Charming. Cameras love him. His billion-dollar smile stretches wide as he shakes hands, signs papers, drinks champagne. He glances her way, winks, and she feels fire rise inside. At lunch, she overhears two investors whispering. She's good, but not good enough. She doesn't have Sterling's reach, not his charm. She bites her lip until it bleeds. Because they don't know what she knows. They don't know about the offshore accounts, the shadow contracts, the faces of children whose data was stolen to build his empire. But she knows. And tonight, she plans to show the world. Evening falls. The gala begins. The grand ballroom glows with chandeliers. Men in tailored suits. Women in sparkling gowns. And in the center, Sterling raises his glass. To innovation. To power. To the future. Applause erupts. Cameras flash. The orchestra plays softly in the background. She waits. Quiet. Watching. Her fingers brush the flash drive in her pocket. Evidence that could burn his empire to the ground. Her phone buzzes again. Another message. This time with a picture. Her younger brother walking home from school. She freezes. Who took that? Who sent it? Her hands tremble. Another message follows. Stop, or he pays the price. Her chest tightens. She stumbles out of the ballroom, her heels clicking against marble. In the hallway, her breath comes in sharp gasps. She leans against the wall. Then a voice beside her. "You shouldn't be here." She turns. A man in a dark suit. Unfamiliar. His eyes cold. Sterling doesn't like enemies. "Drop it." She forces herself to stand tall. "Tell him this," she whispers, her voice breaking but strong. "I'm not afraid of him." The man smirks. Walks away. She slides to the floor, clutching her knees. Tears sting her eyes. She thinks of her brother. Her family. The risk. The weight. And for the first time in years, she feels small. Back inside, the gala continues, Sterling standing like a king in his castle. The world eating out of his hand. And her, alone in the hallway, holding evidence that could change everything, or destroy her family. What choice does she have? What if she loses? What if she risks it all and the world still believes him over her? She grips the flash drive tighter. Her knuckles turn white. "God, help me," she whispers. And then, she hears her name announced over the microphone. "Ladies and gentlemen, CEO of Q Technologies, Ms. Taylor." The room erupts in applause. The spotlight shifts. All eyes turn toward her. Her body freezes. Her heart pounds. She wipes her tears quickly, steadies her breathing, and steps back into the light. Sterling's eyes lock with hers. He smirks again. She forces a smile. Steps onto the stage. The podium waits. Cameras flash. The world leans in. Her hand slides into her pocket, brushing against the flash drive. And right there, under the blinding lights, she knows, whatever choice she makes now will change everything. The crowd waits in silence. Sterling grins in victory. She leans toward the microphone. Her lips part, and the screen goes black. The silence breaks as her voice echoes through the hall. Calm, clear, unshaken. "Ladies and gentlemen, before I begin, let me ask you a question. What do you value more, profits or people?" A ripple of confusion spreads across the room. Sterling's smirk falters. She continues. "Because what I'm about to show you tonight will test that answer." Gasps ripple. Whispers buzz. Investors lean forward. Cameras zoom in. Sterling steps closer, his jaw tight. "Don't you dare," he hisses. But she does. With a single motion, she plugs the flash drive into the projector. The giant screens flicker. And suddenly, documents, images, bank transfers flood the stage. The truth. Children's faces. Exploited. Identities stolen. Accounts drained. Secret contracts signed in shadows. The crowd gasps. Hands cover mouths. Sterling lunges. "This is lies," he shouts. But the room knows. The silence is too heavy. The evidence too real. She stares at him. "You mocked me. You told me I don't belong here. But this stage belongs to truth. And tonight, truth speaks louder than your billions." The hall erupts in chaos. Journalists scramble. Investors shout. Security moves. Sterling is dragged back, still screaming. She stands tall, her chest rising and falling. Her hands tremble, but she doesn't let it show. Cameras flash. Reporters yell her name. And for the first time since she was a child, she feels the weight lift. Later that night, back in her hotel, she sits alone. Her phone buzzes. A message. "Your brother is safe." Sterling has no power now. She exhales a long, shaking breath. Tears stream down her cheeks. Not of fear this time, but of relief. Of justice. The next morning, the headlines roar. Sterling Innovations scandal. $7.8 billion deal collapses. Q Technologies CEO exposes truth. She walks into the summit again. Heads turn. But this time, not in pity. Not in doubt. In respect. In awe. In gratitude. Daniel, the young intern, runs to her side. "Ms. Taylor, that was incredible." She smiles at him. "Remember what I told you. Never let anyone else write your story." The boy nods, eyes wide. And she knows, a new generation just found courage. Weeks later, Sterling is indicted. His empire crumbles. Investors flee. And her company, Q Technologies, rises. Not because of money, but because of integrity. One night, alone in her office, she looks out over the city. Lights sparkle like stars. She whispers, "I belong here." Because she does. And so do you. This is Elliot Stories reminding you that no matter how powerful the opposition may seem, truth has a way of breaking through the darkness. Never let anyone tell you that you don't belong. You do. Stand tall. Speak out. Justice will find its voice. Visit Elliot Stories for more inspiring stories of courage, hope, and triumph.